Good morning, students. How are you all? Fine. Okay, very good. Must be fine. Students, now is the session of economics. Okay. In the previous 3 or 4 sessions, we had discussed the chapter money, and after that, we had started the chapter banking. Okay. In yesterday's session of economics, we had discussed the meaning and functions of the central bank in much detail, and I hope you might have gone through this topic from your textbook and must have done the related questions. Okay. You know, students, till now we have learned that the banking system of an economy is basically governed, controlled, directed and regulated by the central bank. And that is why it is called the apex monetary and banking authority of the country. Okay. But the central bank alone does not perform all necessary functions of a bank. Okay. In fact, the central bank is the banker's bank and others banks are the commercial banks. Okay. That means the banking system of an economy can be divided into the 2 categories. One category is of central bank and the other category is of commercial banks. Okay. So before discussing the functions of a commercial bank, let us first discuss what is called a commercial bank. Okay. You know, students, a commercial bank is an institution engaged in the activities of accepting deposits from people and granting loans to them to the needful, along with providing some other valuable general and utility services to the customers. Okay. That means any such an institution of public sector and private sector both can be called a commercial bank which is engaged in accepting deposits and granting loans. Okay. You know, children, the people of an economy like to save a part of their income. Okay. And they usually deposit their income, that part of income which has been saved, with a commercial bank, and the commercial bank pays a certain interest on this deposit also. Okay. So the first very important function of a commercial bank is accepting deposits from people. Okay. That means the people can save their surplus money with a commercial bank in different accounts. Okay. Basically, there are 2 types of deposits with a commercial bank, which are called checkable deposits and non-checkable deposits. Okay. Checkable deposits are those deposits which can be withdrawn by the account holder anytime by issuing the checks. Okay. Whereas non-checkable deposits are those deposits which cannot be withdrawn anytime by issuing the checks. Rather, they can be withdrawn only after completion of that period for which deposit was made. All this we shall discuss one by one. Okay. You know, students, The checkable deposits are called demand liability of a commercial bank because the amount deposited in this account can be demanded by the depositor anytime. So long as non-checkable deposits are concerned, they are called time liability of a commercial bank. They cannot be withdrawn before completion of that time period for which the deposit was made, except in some abnormal conditions. Okay? So long as checkable deposits are concerned, these are of the two types, which means these deposits are made in the two accounts of a commercial bank, which are called current account, or second one is the saving bank account. Okay, the deposits made in these two accounts are checkable deposits, which can be withdrawn anytime by issuing the checks. So long as current account is concerned, it is also called demand deposits. Okay, why? Because the amount of money deposited in this account can be demanded by the account holder anytime by issuing the checks. Okay. Normally, the commercial bank does not pay any interest on the deposit in this account, in the current account. Okay, but it forms the basis of credit creation by the commercial bank. Okay, and in this account usually the business community likes to deposit their money because they frequently have to withdraw because of their business requirements. Okay, so this is called current account deposit or demand deposit. Okay, check facility is provided by the bank for this deposit, which means you can withdraw your sum deposited in this account anytime by issuing the check. Okay, so long as saving bank account deposit is concerned, this account is operated by a commercial bank to encourage a small savings. Okay, and the interest paid on the deposit in saving bank account of a commercial bank is usually less than the interest paid on fixed deposits and recurring deposits. Okay, so this is called saving bank account deposit. You know, students, in both the accounts of deposits, like current account deposit and saving bank account deposit, the account holder has to maintain a minimum balance. Okay, always there must be a minimum balance in these accounts, and if the deposit comes below this minimum requirement of the balance, then the commercial bank charges a fee or penalty for it. Okay, so this is called checkable deposits. Okay, now so long as non-checkable deposits are concerned, they are basically of the two types called recurring deposits and fixed deposits. Okay, both these deposits are non-checkable and they are made for a specific period of time before which the deposited amount cannot be withdrawn. Okay, however, in mid also the amount can be withdrawn but the bank will not pay interest on that. As well as the bank will take some service charges for this also. But normally the time deposits, or you can say non-checkable deposits, cannot be withdrawn before expiry of that period. Okay. These non-checkable deposits are of the two types called recurring deposit and fixed deposit. Okay. Let us first understand what is called recurring deposit. You know, students, there is an account with a commercial bank in which the deposits of money can be made in recurring, that means on monthly basis. More clearly, the account holder deposits his money on monthly basis in a certain amount regularly for a specified period of time, which may be of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years or more. Okay. And the commercial bank pays interest on these deposits. Okay. And whatever interest is paid for a month or for a year, it gets accumulated in the interest to be paid for the next year, and finally they are added to their principal amount. Okay, this is all about recurring deposit. You know, students, the amount deposited in recurring account also cannot be withdrawn before completion of the time period for which this account was opened. Okay, this deposit was made. However, in some certain conditions, the amount can be withdrawn before expiry of the time period also, but the bank will charge some fee for it. Okay. One thing more is important to know, and that is the interest paid on recurring deposit is usually less than the interest paid on fixed deposits. Okay. So this is the recurring deposit, a non-checkable deposit, a non-checkable account. The next one is fixed deposit. It is a time liability of a commercial bank. And what about this deposit? You know, students, the account holder in this deposit has to deposit a fixed amount of money for a fixed period of time. Okay. And the commercial bank pays interest on the amount deposited in this account. Okay. Normally, the amount deposited as fixed deposit cannot be withdrawn before completion of this fixed time period. However, if it is withdrawn in between, then the commercial bank will charge some fee for it. Okay. That means the account holder will have to suffer a loss of interest if the amount is withdrawn before time. Okay. You know, students, what happens when a fixed deposit is done with a commercial bank? The commercial bank provides a fixed deposit receipt to the deposit holder, to the depositor. And in that very fixed deposit receipt, everything is mentioned as the amount deposited, the rate of interest, the time of maturity, etc. All other necessary informations are mentioned in this receipt. Okay. When you compare the interest paid on recurring deposit and fixed deposit, then you will find that the interests paid on recurring deposit attracts more customers in comparison to fixed deposits. That means the interest usually happens to be more than the fixed deposit in recurring deposit. Okay. So this is called fixed deposit, and this is a time liability of the commercial bank. Okay. Students, there is one more account, one more deposit, that is called multi-purpose deposit account or multi-option deposit account. Okay. As its name says, multi-option deposit account, in fact it is a combination of both the fixed deposit as well as saving bank account deposit. Okay, how? In such an account, if it is multi-option deposit account, the customer, the account holder has to maintain a minimum balance in this account, and if the amount exceeds this limit determined by the bank, then it gets automatically converted into the fixed deposit and the interest is paid on it accordingly. Okay. If that balance comes below the limit fixed by the commercial bank, then it automatically gets converted into saving bank account deposit, and the remaining balance of the account is treated as the fixed deposit on which the interest is paid accordingly. Okay. So you can say multi-option deposit account is that account in which the account holder enjoys high rate of interest on one hand, and secondly the fear of bounce of the check also, because the account holder has to maintain the minimum balance in this account. Okay. So till now we have discussed different types of accounts in which the people can deposit their sums, their money with a commercial bank, and the commercial bank, on the basis of this deposit, mainly on the basis of demand deposit, creates credit which helps in expansion of money supply in the economy. Okay. So students, now I would like to finish my lecture, and I would like to advise you to go through this topic from the textbook, and after that if you have some confusion, then do contact with me. Okay, thank you.